Very similar again. Right in the center, you will see couple looking at each other's eyes, and these girls are playing some musical instrument for them. So this is Mithun, where they are making their good romantic mood, and this one is Mathun, where they are more active. And this particular position is called one-leg position. We saw already on the other side. Then here you will see this is Lord Shiva with the trident, Nandi or his Vahan or bull, Vishnu up there. At the corner, both sides, you may see these mythical animals, and the humans are fighting with that. This is the great depiction of our desires or temptations.
So here we also have dragon.
It's a kind of. It looks like dragon, but it's a mythical animal. Sometimes it's a lion body with the elephant head. Sometimes lion body with the bird head. So this is the mythical. But most interesting that we are fighting with that. So this is the depiction of desires or temptations, and we are fighting with that. We are fighting with our own temptations. That was the main idea of the Khajuraho Temple. But temptations or desires always dominate. So you may see that animal is bigger in shape and size than the human being. This is also a very nice figure here, where there is a lady. She might have gone inside the garden or in the jungle, and she got one spike or thorn on her foot. So look at the way she is taking the tiny thorn out, and her one hand is other side so that she may not fall off, just to balance herself. And each and every figure is very much into yoga position. Just think about those artists, they had only the hammers and chisels, but they carved all those stones in such a way that they all look alive. Now we talk about this panel. The very first figure you may see a lady as a mother. The very first one at the corner, look at the way she is lifting that baby up, enjoying her motherhood. Attendant or servant is there, is the sign of her aristocracy. On these Khajuraho temples, whenever they wanted to depict the status of the person, they depict by the jewelry or by the servant. Servants or attendants were not that small in reality, but in the art they depict smaller in size, which suggests the status of the other person. Then you may see this figure of a couple where lady is holding a little pot in her hand, and she is giving something to that man from the pot. In between them there is a little tree, and at the bottom of the tree there are also some pots. The name of Khajuraho came out from this tree. Khajur means the dates palm tree, and we make liquor from them. So you may see the pots with the liquor. But another etymology of the Khajuraho means is Kharjur. Kharjur means scorpion in Sanskrit. Like we saw on Kandariya temple, and scorpion is the sign of desire, and since subject is Kamasutra in here, so it could be sign of physical desire also. So that's also meaning of the name of the Khajuraho. So we have two perspectives of the name of the Khajuraho, this tree or the scorpion. You see the lady where she is lifting her foot up. After taking the tiny thorn out, there might be some wound or injury on her. So she needed some help by the physician, and that's the physician or doctor with the bag on his shoulder. And you see, physician is again bigger than the servant and smaller than the aristocracy. So size is always the status depiction.
Yes, sir.
Here you may see this stone again, which is protruding out from the main temple or from the Garbhagriha or inner sanctuary to drain the water out from the Ishan Kond we were talking about. Now here you may again see this couple looking at each other's eyes, making their good mood, and here they are more active. Here you may see a lady holding a mirror. Look at the way the mirror is depicted. Behind the mirror you would find a little hook, and her thumb gone into the hook, and she is putting sindoor or vermilion on. Then Shiva, then Apsara. This is also nice figure of a couple with the monkey. Because of this monkey, this lady got scared. So you see her feet are above the ground and she is jumping on him. So it's like a tricky monkey or paid monkey by that man with some peanuts to let her come closer. We can also talk about these elephants. All these are the war elephants, some of them depicted with funny trunks, some of them with the flowers, and many of them are crushing a head of a person. This is the depiction of execution. Those days, if someone did serious harm against the kingdom, like spying or those kind of people, if they been caught alive, they killed like this way in the center of the town. Yes, by the elephant, just to give the message to the people that don't do anything against the king, otherwise they would be treated like this way. Now please come here. And you see, first you see this figure of a lady. If you sharp look, she is writing something. Look at the way she is standing like this. She is holding a pen here and she is writing something. And look at how gracefully she is standing within herself. Next to the writer, you may see this figure of a lady where she is looking at that side. Her back is here and hands are other side. And you observe her finger as she is playing the flute. If you sharp look, she is not only holding that flute, her fingers are in moving position as she is playing the flute. You see the notes of that. So wonderful depiction of a lady as a musician. At further corner, you may see depiction of a lady as a painter or as an artist, where she is drawing something on the wall. So you see, three girls are here. One is painting, one is playing music, one is writing. Couple of figures where lady depicted as an athlete or sporty girl. Somewhere they are singer. So all the knowledge or intelligence or gyan being carved only on the girls. Because that time our society was matriarchal society. Because most of males were away from the family, so they are carved as soldiers or they were traders. So knowledge always being given to the next generations by the girls only. And that's what we can say, that this is pre-Mughal or pre-Islamic, and all that society changed after the invasions, and that happens everywhere in the world. This veil system of covering everything came and it changed the society later on. So, this is the royal emblem of Chandela dynasty. This is so-called that kid who was born in the jungle, raised in the jungle, whose mother was from Varanasi and the father was the moon we were talking about. And this one was the one who became the first king of the Chandela dynasty, and his name was Yashovarman, and this became the royal emblem of Chandelas. So this is why every other temple and even top of the big temples also there, just right behind the pot and before the big crown, it's also there. From the sideways, it's always nice to see. Now it's again depiction of the battle or war. Look at how ornate these horses are. And in continuation, all those soldiers are fighting each other, killing each other. If you start to look, there is enough room between their head and trunk, means those being killed. And those days, battles or wars were happening for the longer period, sometime for some months or sometime for years, where those soldiers were away from their families or they deprived themselves. So right other side, they are having fun or enjoying their life. Sometimes people wonder about these numbers. These are for restoration. You may easily see these are the new stone with the numbers like EPG10 for example. EP means east panel, as that is east. G is alphabetical A, B, C, D, F, G. 10 means number 10th stone from the corner. Yeah. Here we may see some of the Kamasutra figures, but these are those soldiers having fun. And after translation of Kamasutra book into different languages or particularly foreign languages, some of these positions will given some numbers. For example, this is position number 11, this is 6, this is 71, this is 69 or 69 in French. Here they are grinding something, or more or less they are making their own euphrodisiacs like Ayurvedic Viagra kind of thing. This might be the chief of the army who knows that, because he is having this couch, cushion, same time having good time and the head massage. And it's in continuation all the way. This is one of the example of bestiality or with animals. that is again the idea that let desire not dominate that much that we behave like an animal. So here you see there is a one man or soldier is having good time with the horse. This man is pointing them out. They don't want to see it anymore, so they are closing or covering their faces. One man behind the horse is hiding himself but is still peeping out by one eye for curiosity. अब यहाँ से पूरा वहां तक चलेंगे, है ना? Now you see again beautiful depiction of horses, elephants, wrestlers. These 4 elephants are walking behind. Front one just stopped suddenly. So look at all others are piling on each other like a traffic jam of those days. You see the movement of the figure. This may be the depiction of the royal school where there is a guru or teacher sitting on comfortable cushion. One lady is fanning him. Disciples are listening him carefully, and one of the disciples is holding a slate under his arm to make some notes. Then you may see here these are the musicians both sides. In between them, this is a wonderful depiction of a Hindu wedding. We all know that when we Hindu get married, we take 7 rounds around the fire. Between their feet there is a fire. Priest does some chanting of the mantras. Under the mandapa or canopy, they are holding the hands when they are taking the round. Here you may see the lady holding garlands as we do Jaymala or Varmala or garlanding. Both sides you may see the musicians. This is the procession of the Barat. And here you may see the one of the musician is holding a sahnai or trumpet. So this is the Hindu depiction. In continuation you may see these camels in here. And camels are not really part of central India. Camels are not in Madhya Pradesh or Uttar Pradesh like that. But think about the Indian geography of that time. Traders were coming from northwest to buy gems, jewelry, spices, silk, cotton, and they were selling all those on the Silk Route. So there might be a caravan of traders passing by. So those artisans might have seen those, and so they picked the traders with their camels, and it's again the army marching through the jungle. ये लक्ष्मण हो गया बॉस.